Hello everyone, my name is Jamal Goza and welcome to my presentation on leadership and practice. In contemporary organizations, effective leadership role plays a critical role in shaping organizational culture, influencing employee motivation and driving innovation. Leaders are responsible not only for guiding organizations towards strategic goals, but also for inspiring employees and adapting to changing business environments. This presentation will analyze the leadership style of Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group. Richard Branson is widely recognized as one of the most influential entrepreneurs and business leaders in the world. Over the past several decades, Branson has built the Virgin brand into a global organization, operating in industries including music, aviation, telecommunication, and space tourism. His leadership style is often described as unconventional, innovative, and highly people-oriented. The aim of this presentation is to critically analyze Branson's leadership approach using several leadership theories discussed within this module. In particular, the presentation will examine trait theory, skills theory, and transformational leadership. By applying these theoretical perspectives, the presentation will evaluate how Branson's leadership style has contributed to the growth and success of the Virgin organization. Richard Branson was born in London in 1950 and demonstrated entrepreneurial qualities from a very young age. At the age of 16, he launched a student magazine that later developed into his first successful business venture. In the early 1970s, Branson founded Virgin Records, which quickly became one of the most successful independent music labels in the world. The company achieved major success by signing global recognized artists and expanding into international markets. Following the success of Virgin Records, Branson diversified into several new industries, eventually forming the Virgin Group. Today, the Virgin brand includes over 40 companies operating across multiple sectors. Some of the most well-known organizations within the Virgin Group include Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Galactic. These companies illustrate Branson's willingness to enter highly competitive industries and challenge established organizations. Branson's ability to create and grow multiple businesses across different sectors demonstrates his entrepreneurial mindset and strategic vision. Trait theory suggests that successful leaders possess specific personal characteristics that distinguish them from non-leaders. These characteristics often include confidence, determination, integrity, sociability, and emotional intelligence. Many of these traits can clearly be identified in the leadership style of Richard Branson. One of Branson's most recognizable traits is his willingness to take risks throughout his career. He has repeatedly entered markets dominated by large and established competitors. For example, when Branson launched Virgin Atlantic in 1942, he entered a highly competitive aviation industry dominated by large airlines with significant financial resources. Despite these challenges, Branson differentiated Virgin Atlantic by focusing on customer service, innovation, and employee engagement. Another important leadership trait demonstrated by Branson is sociability. Branson is widely known for his approachable personality and his willingness to communicate openly with employees and customers. This approachability contributes to a positive organizational culture and encourages collaborations within the organization. Confidence and resilience are also key elements of Branson's leadership approach. Entrepreneurship often involves uncertainty and failure, yet Branson has consistently demonstrated the ability to learn from setbacks and continue to pursue new abilities and new opportunities. However, although trait theory highlights important characteristics of successful leaders, it does not fully explain leadership effectiveness. Leadership success is not determined solely by personality traits, but also by the skills and behaviors leaders demonstrate in the different organizational situations. Skills theory focuses on the abilities and competencies that leaders develop over time rather than simply their personal traits. According to this theory, effective leadership develops on three types of skills: technical skills, human skills, and conceptual skills. Richard Branson demonstrates particularly strong human skills. Human skills refer to a leader's ability to communicate effectively, build relationships, and motivate employees. Branson frequently emphasizes the importance of employee satisfaction within the Virgin organization. Branson has often stated that organizations should prioritize employees first, customers second, and shareholders third. This philosophy reflects his belief that satisfied employees are more likely to deliver higher levels of customer service. Branson also demonstrates strong conceptual skills which involve the ability to think strategically and identify new business opportunities. His decision to create companies such as Virgin Galactic illustrates his willingness to explore emerging industries and invest in innovative technologies. By identifying future market opportunities, Branson has been able to position the Virgin brand as an innovative and forward-thinking organization. However, some critics argue that Branson's leadership style relies heavily on delegation, while empowering employees can encourage creativity and independence. It may also create challenges if organizational structures are not clearly defined. The transformational leadership focuses on inspiring and motivating followers to achieve shared organizational goals. Transformational leaders encourage innovation, communicate a strong vision, and empower employees to contribute new ideas. The leadership approach demonstrated by Richard Branson reflects many characteristics associated with transformational leadership. Branson promotes a culture that encourages creativity, innovation, and continuous improvement within the Virgin organization. For example, when developing services for Virgin Atlantic, Branson introduced innovative customer experience that differentiated the airline from competitors. This included improvements to in-flight entertainment, customer service, and overall passenger comfort. Branson also communicates a clear organizational vision that inspires employees and stakeholders by promoting ambitious projects such as Virgin Galactic. Branson demonstrates his commitment to innovation and long-term strategic thinking. Transformational leadership can be particularly effective in dynamic and competitive industries because it encourages employees to embrace change and pursue innovative solutions. However, transformational leadership can also present challenges. Organizations may become heavily dependent on leaders' personality and charisma, which can create uncertainty if leadership transitions occur. Although Richard Branson is widely admired as a successful business leader, it is important to critically evaluate his leadership approach. One potential limitation is that the Virgin brand is strongly associated with Branson's personal image. This means that organizational success may be closely linked to his public reputation and personal leadership style. Additionally, Branson's entrepreneurial approach involves significant levels of risk. While some Virgin ventures have been highly successful, others have faced financial difficulties or failed to achieve long-term sustainability. However, these risks also reflect Branson's willingness to innovate and challenge traditional business models. In highly competitive industries, leaders who embrace innovation and strategic thinking may create significant opportunities for growth. Overall, Branson's leadership demonstrates how creativity, resilience, and strong interpersonal relationships can contribute to organizational success. In conclusion, this presentation has analyzed the leadership style of Richard Branson using several leadership theories. Trait theory highlights the importance of characteristics such as confidence, sociability, and risk-taking. Skills theory emphasizes Branson's strong interpersonal and strategic capabilities, while transformational leadership explains his ability to inspire innovation and motivate employees. While Branson's leadership approach may involve certain risks and limitations, it has played a significant role in building the global success of the Virgin Group. Ultimately, Branson's leadership demonstrates how visionary thinking, strong communication skills, and a commitment to innovation can contribute to long-term organizational growth and competitive advantage. Thank you for watching this presentation.